what's up, guys? It's Squeegee here with another episode of Squeegee Life. Yeah, man. So it's been kind of slow few days for me. As you all know, you guys all seen what happened this weekend. Jeez, what a shit show that was. I'm not gonna get into it. I mean, everyone that's uh in outlaw window cleaner group seen all that stupid shit. So no point in no point in bringing it up any further. You know what I mean? It is what it is at this point. Um, and it's all squashed out. So what else can you do besides laugh at this point? You know what I mean? Um, man, I tell you what, these guys. My dad rides a motorcycle. I got a lot of buddies that own motorcycles and stuff. And nothing fucking worse than a guy that you're already on a motorcycle, which is you know kind of gonna draw some attention to you in the first place. Most of these guys have a loud exhaust system on their motorcycles, so why you feel the need to, in between each gear that you're shifting, to quarter roll your throttle in between each fucking gear, I'll never know. It doesn't make you cool. It makes you not cool. You know what I mean? It makes you not cool. It's just really, it's just really a pet peeve of mine. Geez, man. Do you need a fucking hug? You want like $1 so you can go buy yourself a personality? Just something, man. Jesus. It's absolutely terrible. I've booked a huge job for myself in the fall here, in actually just the week before Thanksgiving. One of these large jobs that I do every year actually wants to start going twice a year now, which is a big deal for me and my company, man. Especially, everyone knows, especially here in the north, when it starts to get cold out, the work starts to dry up a little bit, but it looks like I'm going to be hitting that one again, which is pretty awesome. You know what I mean? That's pretty kick-ass. So that's pretty cool, man. I've been doing, light duty. I haven't been going crazy. I've been, trying to keep it light for the next couple of weeks, just because I've been pushing super hard since April. Actually March, technically since March I've been going 6 days a week, 10-hour days. And I know some guys are going to be like, "Oh, well, I do 7 12-hour days, bro." Cool, man. Good for you, dude. I'm super happy for you. There's always that one dude that's like, "Oh man, well, you're like, hey man, I got like this one guy in this thread here. This guy's asking about a water fed pole, and he's like, oh, reach its junk, especially, you go 85 feet with that thing and the side to side. Read the fucking instructions. It tells you not to do that with it. If you're using the side to side at that height, you're just a fucking idiot. You're just stupid. You know what I mean? I hate to be an asshole, but you're just a fucking asshole, man. Who cares, bro? Jesus. You're super cool, Captain High Rise guy. Nobody fucking works as fucking hard as you. All of us guys down on the ground should just grovel at your fucking feet. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck off. That shit's fucking annoying, dude. Just annoying, man. Listen, I'm not a high rise guy. As you guys know from the podcast, I've only been like 4 stories on a rope before, and that was only once in my training. Besides that, whatever, dude. I do use lifts. We do 3-4 stories, fucking monthly. I know I'm not Captain Huge Balls, fucking Captain Super Huge Balls, high rise guy like all these other fucking whoa, totally gnarly fucking dudes are that think they're so super fucking cool. Granted, I'll give you your props and shit, but it don't make you no fucking better than me, and it sure as fuck don't make you working harder than me. So miss me with all that fucking shit. Just because you're hanging from a rope doesn't mean you're fucking a better window cleaner than me. It probably makes you worse window cleaner than me. You know what I mean? Because you're getting away with shit because it's 50 fucking stories in the fucking air, and they're not. What are they gonna tell you? Go back there and get that corner? No. So fuck off, fucking you, Dweezil Zappa, fucking looking like fucking suicidal tendencies hat wearing ass fucking douchebag motherfucker. You're cool, bro. You were cool like back in 1980. Now shut the fuck up. So there's that. I got all my cussing out right there. That shit gets on my fucking nerves when dudes do that in these fucking forums to people. It happened to me. I just laughed it off because it was funny. It was just like, all right, dude, you're cool, man. Whatever. You know what I mean? What a fucking idiot. Meanwhile, you're still fucking jumping off the side of a building for a fucking paycheck. You're not the man. You're working for the man. So miss me with that shit. You ain't shit, motherfucker. Fucking, oh, I'm Captain Contrary. Fuck off. You ain't gotta like reach it shit, but if you're gonna fucking talk shit, at least know what the fuck you're talking about. Or shut the fuck up. Don't just say shit just to say it because you got a cool hat on and your Facebook profile picture is you going like this. Yeah, I'm so gnarly. Fuck off, dude. You fucking pussy. So anyways, eat a dick, bitch. So I got a couple of emails here, man. I got one from Eric Bennett. He would like to see fitted hats with Squeegee Life on the front and just the logo on the back. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but there will be hats. I haven't decided if I'm going to go fitted or, clap the snapbacks. I'm not sure yet. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I've got so much other shit going on now. You know, it's kind of, but things are starting to slow down. I'll be able to focus more on, some shit that I've been talking about doing. Like the Squeegee Life shirts and hats. And when the Squeegee Life shirts and hats come out, I'm going to do a design of a hat, a design of a t-shirt. It's going to be out for a little while, and then that's it. They're done. I'm not going to reprint them. They're going to be limited runs, pre-orders, and that's that. So, but I do appreciate your input there, Eric. Most likely that will be the way that the hats are done. But it'll most likely be just the Squeegee Life logo on the front and nothing on the back. I may put something on the back, I'm not sure, but I doubt it. I got another podcast, man. Or, I'm sorry, fuck off. This Yahoo app for the mail is so shit. You delete all these fucking emails, you close the app down and bring it back up, and all the fucking emails are back there again. I had some dude today in the Outlaw Window Cleaner group. I posted a thread for questions for the podcast. Dude's like, I would like podcast episodes where you don't cuss so much. Well, this isn't the one. Maybe next one, Dan. I'm going to try to clean them up, though. I didn't mean to go off on that tirade about that dude and being... I mean, like I said, I got the utmost respect for high-rise window cleaners, man. There's just a select few dudes out there that fucking think that they're just God's gift of window cleaning because they hang off a fucking rope. Listen, man, that's cool, bro. You got balls of steel and all that shit, but it don't make you fucking super cooler than nobody else. It sure as fuck don't make you a better man than me. So, just miss me with that fucking bullshit and keep on topic. If you don't like reach it poles, then you don't like reach it poles. You don't have to pull up my high-rise dick and slap it on the table like it fucking means something to me, because it doesn't. Everyone knows I got respect for high-rise guys. I mean, one of my most favorite dudes ever is fucking Todd Ford, and Todd Ford is the fucking Duke of Danger. He is high-rise. I got the utmost respect for that guy. So miss me with your fucking punk rock, fucking suicidal tendencies, fucking bill your hat all up in the fucking air like you're fucking cool shit. Miss me with that shit. You ain't cool. You was cool like 30 years ago. Now you're not cool. Now you're some dude clinging to some shit from fucking 30 years ago trying to make yourself relevant. Shut the fuck up and keep it moving. So we'll move back on to these emails I got here, and I'm keeping it above board here, guys. So this is Dan Howe, Glassy Dan from Madison, Wisconsin. It says, T Squeegee. Yeah, man, love the podcast and your sense of humor. I could work with you all day long. Sweet, man. I like you too, Dan. I think you're the shit, dude. I would like to speak with you as I'm looking for some advice on how to deal with my $2,000 plus Reach It Pro order. These people screwed up my order big time, and I've been leaving messages trying to get Perry or somebody who knows what is going on to call me back, and I am getting no response. They were happy to talk when they took my money. Well, let's attack that right away. I do know that, and I've spoken to Dan and Perry about this, so, but I am reading these, because like I said, I'm keeping this shit above board. Everyone knows I'm Reach It's biggest fan, but I'm not a fucking douchebag, so like I said, I'm keeping it 100. T Squeegee will always keep it 100. So, with that being said, when I got this email, I got a fucking text message like several hours later, because I didn't respond to the email right away. And I reached directly out to Perry, and Perry was like, really remorseful for the whole situation. I'm not sure. I haven't double checked with Dan or Perry to see if this situation has been resolved. But from what I understand, Perry, like everyone knows, took a kind of like of a hiatus here on social media and from Reach It. Which is no excuse for Glassy Dan's fucking order not being fulfilled on time. But when a major link is missing in the chain, sometimes shit, doesn't go. But I know for a fact that there's a lot of fucking shit going on at Reach It right now behind the scenes. Some I am privy to, and some you guys are already aware of, and some I can't share with you, and you guys will know eventually, and it's gonna blow the fucking lid off of everything, because not Richie, but Perry is gonna start selling dildos, and it's gonna be awesome. No, I'm just kidding. You guys all know what happened. Perry has introduced a partnership with Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber. He's got himself a store out there in Kansas City, Missouri, and there was just a lot of fucking thought and effort and shit going into that, and unfortunately Dan was a victim of that, and I'm fairly certain that you will be taken care of and well compensated for what happened, Dan. So hey bro, what's what? On another note, Glassy Dan says, if you come across Bigfoot, would you shoot and kill it so it be proved and studied? Would that be ethical, or would you just take a picture? Man, I tell you what, if I had a gun and I saw Bigfoot, I'd shoot that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because there's got to be more of them than that one. You know what I mean? It can't be the only Bigfoot. I mean, Bigfoot never shows up when there's a camera around anyways. I mean, fuck, man. These guys go out in the field with these night vision cameras and, their cell phones and all that shit. You mean to tell me nobody's got a picture of fucking Bigfoot? Give me a fucking break, man. Get the fuck out of here. So I would most likely shoot that sumbitch, because it just seems, I'm not ethical at all. Well, technically, if you want to get further back into this email, Perry refers to us as the ethical outlaws. So probably I would just take a picture, man. I'm just talking shit. I would most likely just take a picture. But nobody's going to believe me. And that would be stuck in my head. So that's what my first instinct, I'd be like, man, I got to shoot this fucking thing because nobody's going to believe me. And, a picture's not going to do it justice. So I'm just going to shoot. Screw it. Dan, I would shoot Bigfoot. I would shoot that son of a bitch quicker than shit. Definitely. And are you aware of Tesla's connection to Trump's uncle? No, I was not aware of that. So that was, by the way, this email's from Glassy Dan in Madison, Wisconsin. Big ups to Glassy Dan. I hope your Reach It shit gets straightened out. I'm glad that I was able to use not so much my influence or the fact that I'm like paid by Reach It or anything, because that's the rumor now. But just my friendship with Perry to try to maybe fix that up for you, man. So Glassy Dan, thanks for the email, bro. I really appreciate it. Man, you guys, send in an email to fucking AskTSqueegee at yahoo.com, man, and I will read that shit on Squeegee Life Podcast, or I will read it on Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, whichever is up for grabs at the time. But I was not aware of that. I know Tesla is kind of, I'm from Ohio. I'm right down the road from um, I'm right down the road from Milan, Ohio, which is the birthplace of Thomas Alva Edison, and we always grew up with like he's like the best thing since sliced bread. But what you guys probably like some people don't know is that Tesla is like the pretty much the father of modern fucking civilization. People don't realize that. You know, Edison's contribution to the light bulb and all that shit was found without question a big deal. But his electricity delivery, excuse me, his electricity delivery system was direct current. So every like mile or half mile, you had to have another power station because the current would go and then it couldn't come back. Tesla is the one that came up with the alternating current system where the electric could go back and forth. You know what I mean? So you could stretch, I mean, as you all know now, cable for fucking ever, electrical lines forever, you know what I mean? You'd be good to go. So I do know that. I do know that Tesla died. I've got this fucking chest cold. I get rid of it. I get it back. My son and my wife got it. Now I've got it. I'm all stuffed up. I got my sinuses are fucking jacked up. You notice I'm not smoking. I always smoking, but I can't. Which is good. It's actually crippled my smoking habit. I haven't been able to smoke the way I smoke. I just take a half a hit off a cigarette and I'm about to die. But anyways, I do know that Tesla died fucking penniless and alone in a hotel room. And it was pretty much all his research, all his documentation, everything was just straight stolen from his ass and locked up, which is crazy as shit. So, I do know that there's a lot of a conspiracy revolving around Tesla. You know what I mean? Like the fact that Westinghouse, the guy that funded like 90% of his research, when Tesla's like, hey man, I've got this idea where we can set these towers up and we could broadcast electricity and we could pull it out of the ionosphere and you wouldn't have to generate it. It'd just be like, they pull it out of the ionosphere and then, people, for factories and shit like that. And then people could have these little things in their basement. They'd never have to, it'd be free electricity. And Westinghouse is like, well, how am I going to charge people for that? You know what I mean? If they can get it for free, what am I going to charge them for? Yeah, so, yeah, that's crazy, man. Here's a movie suggestion for you guys. It's called, if you guys haven't seen it, but I'll give it two squeegees up. It's called Who Killed the Electric Car, man. That's a pretty fucking intense documentary about GM's electric car that they had out, which was pretty badass. And they effectively, once this gentleman came out with a better battery for the car, GM recalled all the cars, wouldn't let anybody buy them, and he just destroyed them. GM just crunched them up into cube-size bales of hay, and that was the end of it. But it's a really good documentary. You guys ought to check it out. And if you're not into documentaries, if you haven't seen John Wick yet, that's two squeegees up for sure. You guys need to go see that. John Wick is pretty badass. You can get that anywhere. Fucking Walmart's, fucking Netflix, Apple iTunes Store, fucking Amazon Prime, wherever you want. Watch that one. That's super good. That's what happens when you fuck around and kill a man's dog. You about to get lit up. You know what I mean? You about to get stroked up, cuz by John Wickham's. I don't know, mans. People are gonna be pissed at me when I say this, but I'm fucking sick of summer already. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being hot. I'm into possibly I'm possibly into more into jeans and sweatshirt weather than I am the heat. I'm just tired of it, man. You can't dress for the heat, man. You know, you just can't. You can't dress for the fucking heat. It's just, you're gonna be hot no matter what. You run around with your shirt off and your shorts, and you're still gonna be sweating your balls off. You know what I'm saying? So, um, let me see here. We got some questions from the Facebook group. Bo Fair says, I enjoy the podcast. They crack me up and I learn a little something too. Question. How can you get more customers to leave reviews on Google or other platforms? Should I even care? Also, I'd come on the show and shoot the shit. I don't know if there would be any educational or entertainment value in it, but hey, I'm a warm body. Bo, I am down to have anyone on, dude. This is indiscriminate show, and we can have a window cleaners roundtable if you want. We can have you on with a couple other guys and maybe break the ice, and then you can come back in solo if you'd like. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, if you want to there's nothing wrong with getting reviews. As you all know, this past weekend, I had famous, not so much famous, but I had a very outspoken YouTuber and Facebook gentleman, which I am completely, I'm not saying off limits with, but I'm not going to bust his balls anymore because I told him I wouldn't. I'm not going to mention his name so people aren't busting his balls even more for what he did. He was remorseful, and that's it. Reviews can be good or bad. If you find someone like this gentleman and he gets mad at you, he could get on there and really fucking, screw your reviews up and post crazy fucking comments on your shit and dick you out of your reviews. But if you want to get more reviews from your customers, a quick suggestion would be, if you invoice or email these customers, however the case may be, to get paid once you're done, just leave a little something on the bottom of your invoice that says, please rate and review us on Google or Facebook or whatever, or like us on Facebook, or when you're done completing the job and they congratulate you on doing a great job, just be like, hey, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind leaving me a review on Facebook or Google? Or, like, hey, here's a $20 tip. You know what? Instead of the tip, how about you review my business on Google or Facebook? You know what I mean? That would be an easy way to do that if you'd like. You know what I'm saying? Just it's not underhanded, and hey, whatever's whatever. Marcus Bay 2.0 by Fernando Trevino. Marcus Unfinished Business. I want Marcus on again too. We're gonna have to talk Wagtail, man. I mean, we didn't get enough Wagtail. We got a bunch of other stuff going on, but not that. Whatever. Here's another review on the show by Mike Seymour. It's good, funny. I've been learning a lot of things from you guys, and I think you and Mark are nailing it. Keep that shit good, going, brother. Sweet, man. Thanks, Mike. We appreciate that. Me and Mark, for sure. Seth Byers, OWC Radio alum, which I want to get back on the show. Seth, if you're listening to this, man, reach out to me and let me know when's a good time for me and you and possibly Mark. I'm hoping Mark, or just me and you, who gives a shit, to get you back on the show, bro. I really like Seth. Seth's a good dude, but he wants more Bigfoot, and Fernando Trevino wants big feetses, and I want big footses. And, Richie Blue, currently, he went to the Museum of Natural History or some shit. I'm not sure, but whatever it was, there's a lot of Bigfoot going on, so he needs to tell us what's going on. You know what I mean? We need to see more of that shit. Mountain lion sightings. See, those are deep cuts, man. Those are deep cuts, Fernando. Mark Tanner, I want to talk about a lease purchase I did 2 years ago for window cleaning equipment and how I made a huge mistake. Oh, he hopes to inform us all about that, I'm pretty sure. Philip John Alexander. I would, you know what? If I can get Philip on this podcast, that would be pretty slick. Philip swears up and down that people are stealing shit from him. So I would love to have Philip on. Philip's been doing this for a long time. Outside of my disregard for that narrative that he's got going on now, Philip is a wealth of window cleaning information. He's been doing this for quite a long time. So you gotta pay homage and respect to guys that have been earning their living. Um, their entire life cleaning windows. I mean, 50 years is a long time to be cleaning windows, and you gotta respect that. And not only that, Philip has just recently had heart surgery, and now he's back out there on the glass. And you gotta respect that kind of drive and ambition. So I'd love to have you on, Philip. Um, Carrie Gunther, if you need a guest that specializes in residential, I would love to geek out on that for an hour, dude. Carrie Gunther, is a pretty badass chick. I like her view on things. She's always pretty even keel, and always got an alternative view and look on things. And I dig that about her. Um, and I like people with a different perspective on not only window cleaning but on life in general, and on how to treat people. You know what I mean? I think if I think if more people carried themselves like Carrie, this world would probably be a better place. Vance Bennett just started listening. Good info and funny. Also like how they are a long podcast as well. Love to hear you guys talk about retaining your customers for annual cleans, etc. How you keep the rapport so they use you again, and how you follow up with them to rebook. Coming up to the first year, so would love to know what you. This is what I do, Vance. What I like to do is, as far as rapport, I like to keep it light, man. I know a lot of people are, and that's it for the questions right now. A lot of, we'll save the rest of that for OWC Radio and Mark Tanner. A lot of these people that are in the industry are, not a lot, but most of them are really clinical, man. It's really clinical. They got their little polo shirts with their little thing here, and, their khaki pants, and, they're, which is not a bad thing, but I don't think that's the only way to go. I mean, when you keep it too clinical, people are, when you present yourself as like, the McDonald's of window cleaning, like fish or something like that, people are more liable to not, to disregard you and go with someone else in my eyes. You know what I mean? It's just, it's just that guy. You know what I mean? If you don't attach just, in my opinion, a little bit of your own personality to your business and let people get to know you for who you are, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. People are once people humanize you and your business, like, this is Terry, not Clearview. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, they're more apt to want to use you again, and they see the other side of the business. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Terry has kids, or Terry's a good guy. Whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Try to make a little more of a personal connection with your customer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like, hey, you want to go out and get some beers? I'm just saying, try to, be a little more personable with them. Just ask them how their day is, whatever the case may be. Try to develop a relationship with your customers. And I also, another thing that I like to do, I get a customer, I write their addresses down, I make sure that I have that address, and then spring, and fall, I do postcards. It usually costs me around $80 for stamps, you know what I mean, and maybe $100 for postcards. And I send out I send out postcards, spring reminders like, hey, call now, or book now and we'll give you so much off, because who doesn't like early customers, man? Especially when you've been sitting around that damn house all winter wanting to know, eating ramen noodle soup, and with ketchup on it and calling it spaghetti. I'm kidding. But you know what I mean. You're ready to make some cash. So I send out, spring reminder cards to existing customers, people that are, called me and I did one time. Every residential customer that I did the year previous gets a spring reminder. every customer that I did that spring gets a fall reminder card, whether they new or a reoccurring customer. Everyone gets a fall reminder too. Hey, we do gutters. Hey, get your windows clean before it gets too cold. You know what I mean? Um, I do some weather stripping and shit like that. I replace weather stripping around doors and stuff like that, because it's easy add on service. And a lot of people like to, get ready for winter. So, dryer vent cleaning, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Whatever your little side hustle is on attached to window cleaning, you know what I mean? Add that. But postcards and try to develop a rapport with your customer base is probably the best way to retain customers. But the very best way, the top way to retain customers is customer service and a good product. So if you are on time and punctual, you're clean, and you're not a dickhead, you're most likely gonna get a call back, especially if you if you give them what they pay for. They're paying you to clean their windows spotless. That's what they want. They don't want no bullshit, and they want it done in a timely manner. And they want you to pull out all the stops for them. Normally, when I get a residential customer, if it's an in and out, I'm doing the bathroom mirror. You know what I mean? If I go past a room, bathroom, and it's got a bathroom mirror, a cleanable bathroom mirror, I clean it. I mean, if it's a medicine cabinet, let's be honest, we're not doing that. But um, if it has a large mirror, I'll clean it up. You know what I mean? Or do a little something extra that doesn't take a little too much time for you to do, and it's not a large task. But you know that they'll appreciate it if you see something like, oh man, this let's all these bugs in this damn light. Take the light, you know, dust the light off of bugs. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, whatever you think. You know what I mean? Don't get yourself into any trouble, break something. But as if you know you can get away with doing it without causing them any harm, or yourself any harm or any money, then do that. And then when you hand them the invoice, like, hey, your bathroom mirror is pretty funky. I washed it up for you. No charge. You know what I'm saying, and they'll appreciate that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Most people will appreciate that, especially the woman of the house will appreciate that. She's always looking at herself in it. You know what I mean? So hey, that's my suggestions to you, buddy. So, but yeah, that's that. That's that. Um, Man, I really don't know, dude. I went to the Cleveland Browns training camp. I know um, Dave the window licker, that fucking Steelers fan douchebags already talking shit. Him and Josh Schoaf already talking shit. Man, hey, I'd easy up on that shit talking. I know you guys are like, oh man, we've been beating you guys for years, and if we whoop y'all's asses this year, that's gonna be your excuse. It's like, oh, we've been beating your ass for years. Well, we ain't talking about the past. We're talking about the present. So just remember that shit when you're talking shit. But yeah, we went to the Browns training camp this week. That was pretty cool, man. Like I said, I still work 6 days a week, guys. Don't get it twisted. But I haven't been out till like fucking 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night anymore. You know what I mean? In the afternoon anymore. I've kind of been coming home, around 2, 3 o'clock every day. You know what I mean? Just, like I said, taking it a little bit slower, not piling 3, 4 houses a day on. I'm just, it's been a pretty rough summer on the body. And, as you guys know, been having some back fucking issues. So, I've been trying to keep that as 100 as possible and not break my whole back off. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. But I do know that who doesn't enjoy a little sporting event? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be ball sports. It doesn't have to be football or baseball or, it could be motocross. It could be NASCAR. I mean, if you like watching guys drive around in circles, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, shit. Um, a little distraction here and there is not bad, especially if you get to go out with a friend or a significant other and, get a little downtime, man. Who doesn't like that? You know what I mean? It's good for you, it's good for the soul. And, why not treat yourself to a little fucking R&R occasionally, guys? You can't, You can't work your whole life away. I know a lot of guys like to think that they can, but um, you can't. It's not good for you, man. I mean, I love making that money. I love getting these new customers and getting out there and turning the squeegee. But man, sometimes it's time to pump the brakes. So this week has been a kind of a light week for me. Tomorrow we got a big college that I'm gonna do just some few certain areas they want to get done before the students get in there, and it's just too difficult for us to get in there and take care of the stuff. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. It should be. I'm gonna have Jeremy come out with me. Jeremy gets to come out with me tomorrow, and we'll go and knock that out real quick. I'm gonna put a video up of that. I know I haven't been. I kind of been lax on videos this week. I've got a lot of footage. I could probably put out 3 or 4 videos right now. I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a hiatus from YouTube a little bit. Um, just because in the podcast too, it's Wednesday. I usually have one up. Usually, I mean, we didn't do one at all last week. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we did one at all last week. Maybe no, there might have been an episode of Squeegee Life there was last week, but OWC has been off for a couple weeks. Just like I said, just kind of letting everybody recharge their batteries. We don't want to beat you guys over the head with the same shit, and we don't want you to get bored and stop listening, guys. That's I mean, come on. I don't know, guys. These messages I'm getting. Customers are fickle. Oh my god. Oh! Everyone always wants you to go do it right now. You know what I mean? What's crazy is I took, and I'll probably post this video today. I did this house for a repeat customer of mine, and she's a awesome lady. But I took 3 phone calls yesterday, and we're all booked. I booked all 3 customers after the estimates. And each one of them were like, hey man, I know it's summer, you're probably busy, whenever works for you. And I'm like, no, you pick the days. They picked the days, and amazingly enough, it wasn't like, tomorrow, you know what I mean? And then this lady, I gave her an estimate today, and she wants me, so what time do you think you can be here today? I'm like, you guys just seen my, Jesus Christ. Wow. You know what I mean? Wow, bro. Wow. Wow, bro. Listen to this. Wow. I don't know. I just, dude. Ooh, I farted. I mean, what is wrong with these people, man? You know what I'm saying? Jesus. I don't know. Good customers are hard to find. Almost as hard to find as Bigfoot. Now, people think Bigfoot is hanging out in New Jersey, man. We know all those Jersey dudes. There's only a couple of those dudes I like from Jersey that are window cleaner guys that I know that have a social media presence. Chris Cartwright. Chris C. Cartwright. I like Chris. Chris is a cool ass fucking dude. Chris Cartwright is cooler than the other side of the pillow. I don't care what no one says. You can like it or leave it. I don't give a fuck. I like Chris Cartwright. But anyways, I'd like to have Chris on the show too. But why did the Sasquatch cross the road? To give us another reason to make fun of the Garden State. The legendary, fictitious Bigfoot was allegedly spotted in South Jersey's densely wooded pine barrens, adding to the dozens of sightings in the Garden State since the 1960s. According to a group that logs credible accounts of the big, hairy, bipedal creature, in a split second, I saw something brown on 2 legs and about 6 feet tall sprint behind the car, writes breathless eyewitness Tricia, in quotation marks, Tricia. In the latest sighting logged by Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Oh, they got a link there. You guys have to check that out. Which tracks the hirsute hallucination globally, the Asbury Park Press reported. I caught it in my rearview mirror, wrote Tricia, of the creature she said that she spied on an overcast April 7th as she drove with her husband and dog near Brown Mills in Ocean County. I was kind of thinking to myself that my eyes were playing tricks on me, but I just couldn't shake it, she wrote. Reps from the BFRO reached out to Tricia the next day, and she elaborated. She explained that after taking some pictures of the wetlands, they got back in their vehicle, and she started to drive down the dirt road. And she glanced back in her rearview mirror and saw a tall, lanky, brown-haired biped leap across the entire road, wrote BFRO investigator Eric Spinner. She described how the legs were splayed like a dancer, each leg pointing opposite, and the arms too were moving back and forth, Spinner wrote. A trip to the encounter location uncovered no tracks, hair, or other evidence, Spinner added. Still, it doesn't get much better than that to have the chance to do an interview so soon after an incident. The BFRO has logged 68 Sasquatch sightings in Jersey going back to 1966. There have been more in New York. The group has logged 105, but Bigfoot hasn't been seen in the Empire State in a good half dozen years. That's crazy, man. California holds the record for Bigfoot sightings, with the BFRO logging 437. Somehow, to me, that is not surprising, because California is full of a bunch of fucking weirdos. Case in point, Richie Blue. I mean, that dude is really super weird. I mean, look at the guy. I mean, he's handsome, he's gentle, he's smart, and he likes to invent shit. I mean, how much weirder can you fucking get? You know what I mean? Jesus. But, I mean, that's pretty much the show, guys. I know it's 40 minutes in. We got about another 20 minutes here. I'm gonna kind of bullshit about this and that. But that was your Bigfoot moment, and I know everyone likes those Bigfoot moments, so I got to keep that shit going. You know what I'm saying? I got a question for you, dude. What is up with this Frank Ray fucking fan club? What is that all about? I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, I like Frank. I think Frank's cool. But I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck is up with the Frankie Ray fucking fan club. I'm just, what the fuck, man? I mean, you got your own fan club? Crazy, man. Crazy, bro. In other news, Tim Huber's truck still fucking broke. Troy DeAndrea is still weird as shit and likes to shove his phone in his pants. And Mark Darnell is probably the weirdest fucking guy in the history of window cleaning. And he's probably, he's taken that mantle from Benji. Has anyone had a Benji sighting? Fuck the Bigfoot sightings. What happened? Fuck a Bigfoot moment. How about a Benji moment? I haven't seen Benji at all, man. Strange. I wonder what Benji's into. I hope Benji's good, man. Here's, you know what? Ooh, I got a notification for a question. Mark Darnell posts, can we talk about how we hide two babies on jobs and all the excuses you will ever need to continue? That dude is cool. And if you guys are looking to buy cinder blocks, hit up Mark Darnell. He's got cinder blocks for sale. Dan Renard would like clean language so he could enjoy the podcast with his family around. I guess I should just address this. I like Dan a lot. Dan is a really cool guy and a pretty positive voice in the industry. And I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but I know it will because I'm not really that great with words. But if that's the kind of show that you're looking for, there are alternatives. I know WCR's got a little podcast they do, and they're probably straight-laced as shit. But if you are, and if you're not tuning into that one, or you are, but if you're looking for us to be that, it's not going to happen. I can tell you that. I can clean my language up. and and actually do give it the good college try and not drop the F bomb every other word. I could do that. Um, and I know there's a couple guys that have suggested it before, but I have had an overwhelming response when I first started voicing these questions from Dan and a few other people. Two other people actually said something about this to me. Um, I've been approached. Trust me, I've been approached by guys. I'm not ever going to throw these companies under the bus or make it public, but I've been approached by companies to sponsor this show, and their main complaint about the show was my language, and if I could tone my language down, they would support the show monetarily or send me free product, which would be awesome. But I don't think the show or me or what you guys like about it would be the same if I wasn't myself. And unfortunately, I have a potty mouth, and that's just me being me. Um, but I will try to maintain, and I'm not saying it's like there's no way for me to keep this show the way that it is without me saying fuck every other word. I mean, I'm not beyond um, reining it in a little bit. You know what I mean? And which I am going to try and do, Dan. Um, Obviously, clearly not this episode, Dan. But the next episode of OWC Radio, you will try to count. We're gonna start a new game. It's called Count How Many Times T Squeegee Says the F Bomb. And I'm gonna, we're just gonna see how well I can do, guys. How long I can go without saying, or how many times I can not say the F word in a podcast. That'd be great. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just gotta know, like, maybe I need a list of words that I shouldn't use. You know what I mean? I don't use too many like homophobic slurs like fag and shit like that. I don't use. My cousin's gay and I love her dearly, and I love her girlfriend dearly. They're awesome people, so I don't really use that word a whole lot. But I do at times. Because some people are just fags. You know what I mean? But I think like I don't really, I say pussy, I call dudes pussies, you know what I mean? But I mean, really, fuck is the word I use too much. Motherfuck, fuck, you know what I mean? I do use the word too much. I'm going to try and clean that up. Not for any other reason, but for the fact that there are some guys that it does bother, and, maybe the word will have more prevalence and mean more if I don't use it as much. So you guys will know how strongly and vehemently I feel about this fucking issue. So, I'm gonna work on that, Dan. I promise. Um, not only Dan, but a couple of my own family members have reached out. Like, man, I really wish that you wouldn't do that. Say the F word so much, dude. You know what I mean? You get along just fine without using that word all the time. Why do you have to use it so much? In the public like that. So I am gonna try and I know I was a little worked up earlier because I saw that guy on Facebook. It's just like I don't, like I said, I don't want to get it twisted here. I'm not saying all guys that do high rise are that way or any of that shit, because that's not true. I mean, shit, we had John the Freedom on here, and John the Freedom is a kick-ass high rise dude. I'm buddies with a whole bunch of high rise guys. The guy that taught me how to clean windows is a high-rise guy from Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I mean? He was worked for some of the biggest window cleaning companies in the Cleveland area for a long, long time. So my squeegeeing skills come from there. I mean, that's what I was going to do before I got up on a building and tried it for myself and realized that this probably is not for me. So I'm not disrespecting high rise guys. It's just that dude and those type of dudes, those Washington, Seattle area type dudes that they're all contrary and think they're fucking like God's gift to window cleaning and so much cooler than everyone else surrounding them. I assure you that you are not. And I know you're the type of guys that are super tough, and I could get punched in the face 1,000 times and I still don't care. Cool, dude. Either way, enough of that shit. It's just it's just senseless, man. Just add to the discussion and move along. You don't need to throw that extra shit out there. It's not even needed. It's not warranted whatsoever. I mean, your cool factor does not go up. You know what I mean? There's so many dudes doing what you're doing, and most likely, and from what I've seen, there's guys doing a lot better than you. So, and they don't brag nearly as much. But either way, you just gotta roll with the punches, and sometimes you get a little pissed off. For every moment like this past weekend, every moment like this past weekend where I'm like even keel and let things develop on their own and come to a peaceful resolution. There's days like this where I just fucking erupt. You know what I mean? So I'm not a perfect guy. I'm human, guys. So you have to allow me to be that. I can't be something that I'm not. And Outlaw Window Cleaner is going to be what it is. Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio is going to be what it is. Um, you know, there's nothing I could say, man. We are who we are because of the industry. That's it. If you're looking for straight laced, Bible bumping, any of that stuff, this is not and there's nothing wrong with religion, so don't get it all twisted. This ain't the place for that. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you. What this is what it is. And I am doing it because there is nothing like this. I feel like guys like me weren't represented within the window cleaning community and industry until Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio came along. So, love it or leave it, that's what it is right now. And I'm sorry if sometimes it ruffles feathers, and I'm sorry, especially in Dan's case, and I mean this sincerely, that, there's times where you want to listen to the podcast and you can't because of my mouth. You can't enjoy it with your family around, and I apologize for that. So, but I will give it my best shot to make sure that gets rectified. And, within reason. This isn't going to be the whole hour. It's just not going to happen, man. I'm going to be me. So, if the F word slips out or I say shit or bitch or something like that, I'm sorry, man. Some things are just not meant to be shared with the family, bro. Unfortunately. I do everything with my wife and kids, but there's just some things that they're just not privy to. I don't talk that away around around them all the, you know what I mean? Come on, guys. Jeez, man, you gotta, come on, man. These constraints are rough, so I gotta kind of do what I'm doing here because there's a lot of guys that like what I'm doing and the way I'm doing it, so I will definitely polish it up. I will polish this turd. I will put lipstick on this pig. I will do what I can. But if you guys, you guys like, stay tough, man. Stay tough. I got go and just search on the internet's. Go to staytough.com. I'll get you some Stay Tough gear. I got a buddy of mine here in town. It's the brand of the underground. Check it out, man. It's pretty cool shit. Go to www.outlawwindowcleaner.com and get you some Black Diamond Squeegee rubber, some Outlaw Window Cleaner shirts, some Legend channels. You know, buy yourself a coffee mug. Shit, I don't know. Buy yourself an Outlaw Window Cleaner sticker. Eventually, I should be getting some more. I don't know what the deal is, but eventually, I should be getting some more Squeegee Life stickers to send them. I know guys are like, man, I never got my sticker. You're a dick. Well, first of all, they were free. Second of all, I'm at, the guy's busy. You get free stickers here, guys. And he's doing them for me for cheap because he knows I'm giving them away for nothing. So he's giving me a deal on them because I'm giving them away for nothing. So, but, whatever. I'll get you some stickers out soon. Go to www.futurecleaning.com. Get yourself a Gunslinger by Richie Blue. It's a pretty badass kit. There's going to be some awesome ass shit going on with Reach It, man. He's got a store now, a brick and mortar store out in Kansas City, Missouri. The new high mod, super high mod poles from Reach It just came out. The the Tactical and the Warrior and the Mother of All poles. So those are pretty badass poles. There's the new aggressive brush is coming out where you're gonna have interchangeable center section pads, bronze wool, steel wool, chore boy, microfiber. He's got all kinds of cool different attachments you can stick inside the brush, what I know a lot of guys have been wanting, so that's pretty kick-ass. Or you can go to www.blackdiamondsqueegee.com and get you some Black Diamond Squeegee rubber direct from Casper, man. Or go and, and let me not forget, man, go to a reputable, kick-ass window cleaning supplier like www.detroitsponge.com. Kick-ass window cleaning supplier. That's my go-to, guys, for my stuff. I'm an East Coast guy, and they are on point with shipping, and you're not going to get banged over the fucking head with that 30% three-letter word, a three-letter supply house drop ship douchebags fucking markup, you know what I'm saying? So that's kick-ass. Go to Detroit Sponge. Go to Windows 101. I mean, I really don't care for that James Riley dude, the one that's always trying to pimp Windows 101. Well, he's not so much anymore. Now he's swinging from the Lamborghini's nuts. So you don't really see him very much on Windows 101 group anymore. Anyone else notice that? He went from jerking Manny off. Now he's over in the WCR group like fucking, hugged up the Lamborghini's nuts. Good Lord. What a tool bag that dude is. Jacob Williams. Man, come back to Outlaw Window Cleaner, man. Get back in group. Ditch the zero. Get with the heroes. I like Jacob Williams, man. Jacob Williams is a fucking cool ass dude. I've always liked Jacob. So whatever's whatever. Hey guys, it's I'm going to try to soon here get Mark on and put us up another podcast. I'm not going to even talk about Tim Huber or Joshua Schoaf getting on because that shit's never going to happen. Maybe they'll just be guests on the show occasionally, so don't be sweating me about about Tim getting on the show anymore. Tim is just entirely too busy to be on the podcast, so and so is Josh, so don't sweat me about it anymore, guys. They'll private message them and ask them why they're not on the show. Don't private message me. So, because I don't know what to tell y'all. I set it up. It never happens. So, Mark's on. Mark's my buddy. Contrary to what Mad Mango, a.k.a. Window Warrior, has to say about it, Mark is very interesting, and I like dick and fart jokes. So, there's that. But I really appreciate you guys. I'm super happy that you guys enjoy the show. I appreciate the emails. Send me emails to AskTSqueegee@yahoo.com, man. I will read them on the air. We could talk about whatever. I even talked about, Glassy Dan's bad experience with Reach It, which was rectified. So shit happens, man. You know what I mean? So, do anything, man. Share your anecdotes. Give me a story. Do you have a cool-ass story that you want to share with us? Write me an email, and I will read it for you, so you ain't got to tell it, man. You know what I mean? It could be about window cleaning. It could be about fucking riding your bicycle, and you fucking fell and busted your balls on the crossbar on your bike. Whatever it is. You fell down and skinned your knee. Whatever. Write us. Ask us some questions. We'll answer them on the podcast or read your story on the show. And that'll be cool, right? Whatever it is, man, you can ask me dating advice. Shit, I'll take dating advice. So you want to know about what my view on politics? You want to know what my favorite fucking drink is? What my favorite beer is? What is my favorite thing to do? Whatever, man. You want to tell me about your favorite thing is to do? Whatever it is, guys, come on, share with the community. Let people know that listen to the show about you. Some things that you would normally share that you would like to share. And then other people are like, oh, man, that's cool. And then they friend you up on Facebook and you guys become friends. You know what I mean? But either way, guys, you guys keep it classy, stay tough, squeegee life, and we'll see ya. Peace.
Outlaw Window Cleaner Radio, reminding you to get your Black Diamond Squeegee rubbers at www.outlawwindowcleaner.com. Oh yeah, and Luke's still a bitch.